As you may know, I have not exactly been someone filled with praise for WNBA players. And the list of reasons as to why is very, very long and distinguished. And as Slider said is top in Top Gun, so is my Johnson. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. It just popped into my head as I was saying that. But anyway, so I saw this comment that someone put up on social media about a lot of the events at the All-Star game weekend that I want to share with you and I want to talk about because again, the WNBA is in a spot right now with all these eyes and they need to consolidate. They need to gather that audience and keep it with the new CBA and the media rights deal and everything. And this is just so disappointing when you think about. Well, I'll get into that in a minute. I want to read this. Okay, it says we attended WNBA live and waited in line over 2 hours to meet a couple of the top name athletes. They're not athletes. They showed up 40 minutes late, signed autographs for 10 minutes, and left. This happened several times throughout the weekend. My children were in tears after waiting for hours only to be turned away. And to me, that part is the key. My children. Most of the time for things like this, you are disappointing children. It continues. To be fair, there were a few players who showed up on time to everything. Caitlin Clark, in particular, was punctual for every obligation she had. She gave away her shoes, signed autographs, hugged fans, and competed hard in the All Star game. Well, we bought 6 tickets at over $450 each. Jeez, Lord almighty. More than $2,700 for our family to be there. That's just for the tickets, right? That's actually, it's way more than that for the family to be there. She clearly understands that fans can make or break a career, and she came across as a genuinely good person. I was deeply disappointed in several of the other players. Now, on the one hand, I admire the class. Shout out, kudos. On the other, name them some bitches. Like, put it out there. Let it be known. Hey, there's a reason they do say never meet your heroes. So maybe it was a good thing that you didn't get to meet some of these players. But this is gross, man. Like to me, this is disgusting. This is like the bare minimum as an athlete or an entertainer, especially when it's something that you are supposed to be doing, right? This is something that is arranged. It's like, going to a con, right? A Comic Con or anything like that, and you're at a booth and you're supposed to be there. Or maybe it's when people pay extra to have go see those panels, right? And somebody doesn't show, or you're paying extra to get their autograph, and they don't show, or they're late, kind of like this. There is no excuse for that whatsoever to me. Like I will say, to be fair, I do think it's different than, someone's out to dinner with their family and people are interrupting their meal and bugging them for autographs and all that. Okay, I can get someone maybe being a little testy in that situation, but stuff like this for me, there is no excuse. Your fans are your customers. I don't care how good you are at basketball, how good you think you are. Same thing for musicians, actors, whatever it is. You don't exist without fans. And again, I'm not being crazy about it, right? You have lives, you don't owe people your time and everything 24/7, okay? So let's not get that twisted at all. But there are certain things that you should do because of everything that you have. And this is something that you're obligated to do. I promise you, this is stuff that's arranged, it's contractual, it's all of that. And you arrange these certain things that people show up. They expect whether it's, just a minute of your time, an autograph, whatever it is that's been set up, and to be late, to no show, to be disrespectful with your attitude when you are there, no excuse for that. Absolutely zero excuse for that type of behavior. And this is another great example of the issues with the WNBA. These players have been in a bubble for so long. They've been cocooned in this bubble of the NBA is paying our bill. And again, I know I've said it a million times, but the WNBA has always been a little club, a little social. The games were excuses for social gatherings, for social parties, right? It's all about, hey man, hooking up with each other. The players are all sleeping together. The players are all dating. The coaches are dating players. Like that's all the WNBA has ever been, and they welcome very, very specific fans, and they don't care about anybody else. And if you watched how they acted with the CBA, they feel very entitled to all this money, but they don't want everything else that comes with it. And that is the biggest issue with these players. They want all of the perks that they're getting because of Caitlin Clark, but they don't want to take any responsibility for anything. They don't want any consequences for their actions. And it's simply unacceptable. There is zero reason for this to happen at the All-Star game. You are supposedly a professional basketball player, and yes, now you are getting paid a lot of money for less than a half a year of pretending to bounce a basketball because most of you can't, and most of you can't make layups. And yet you cannot show up on time, be there for the time you're supposed to be there, sign autographs or whatever it might be, and just be a little bit friendly to the people that allow you to do what you do, the people that give you the opportunity to do what you do. So damn frustrating. A bunch of highly paid. Yes, that is what they are now. And you want to look at what the average American gets for working a real job, 40 plus hours a week, 50 weeks out of the year, if not 51 or 52. A lot of people can't even afford to take vacation. These highly paid professionals, you cannot treat your own fan events, your own fans, like it's some optional inconvenience, right? This late arrivals, no shows, this I was going to say grand gesture, but we know it's more like a specific finger gesture of 10 minutes for at the autograph line before disappearing. I guess they wanted to head out to the club so they can remove Paige Becker's shirt on a live stream because while she's so drunk. Great look for someone they want to be the face of the league, but that's a whole nother discussion another day. But I mean, this is not fan appreciation, folks. I mean, come on, this stuff it's a contractual minimum at best. And you're doing it if you're showing up with the enthusiasm of someone waiting for an Uber driver, Dejanay Carrington waiting for an Uber driver. I mean, like the same people who buy the tickets, right? They watch the games, they buy the merch, wear the jerseys, they keep the lights on, folks, and they get to stand around and basically get told in so many words that the athletes couldn't care less about them. The athletes couldn't care less about their children who look up to them, who admire them, who maybe want to be like them someday. I get it, man. Nobody's asking for some 3-hour meet and greet and a personal life story and basically bringing the fan into some, live documentary. But seriously, is there no basic professional courtesy in the WNBA? Show up on time, stay long enough that the kids who practiced their signature request and asking for you don't leave disappointed or empty handed. It ain't that hard, man. It is not rocket surgery or brain science. Okay. It's not, it's not Navy SEAL stuff, man. I mean, come on now. Fans don't just support your ability to do this. They fund it all. They are the reason that you get to do this. I don't understand this freaking mentality. My lord. I mean, look, man, let me give you a piece. You're going to hate this, players, but I'm going to throw it back to an oldie and just update it. Be like Caitlin. Yeah, it ain't be like Mike anymore, although that flows a little better. Be like Caitlin. Your league will be much, much better off. Although it doesn't seem like you care about that. You're all in it to yourselves. You got the money. You've got vets who are staying extra time just because of the new CBA. Try treating these little things. This is not an inconvenience in the grand scheme of your entitled life, okay? It is not that big of a deal. These kids will remember this for a lifetime. You can't show up on time and sign some autograph, smile, make some kid's life by saying hello, by smiling at them, by saying thank you for coming out and signing an autograph. The people who support you and allow you to do this and make it all possible for you, they deserve better than some drive-by signature and a disappearing act from you. It is ridiculous. Grow the F up.